In today's guide, I'm going to put you through on how you can create table of contents in OneNote. When you create table of contents in OneNote, it allows you to relate between different sections, okay, of the notebook as well as different contents or headings in the note page you are working on. So here I will walk you through on how you can create table of contents on the headings in a page and how you can still create table of contents on the sections that makes up a notebook. Also, I'll put you through on how you can create table of contents on the component notebooks that makes up the program. So stay tuned as I put you through on how you can do that step by step. The first thing we need to do is to open our OneNote application. Please ensure your PC is connected to the internet so that any notebook you are creating is backed up on OneDrive automatically. Okay, so I'll click the start and then search for OneNote. Shown up, I'll select it for it to open. So let's now create our first notebook. So for us to create our first notebook, click on File, select New. Then come to this section and then give it a name. Okay, so I want to call this YouTube success tips. Okay, so I have assigned my name YouTube success tips. Okay, so you can call your own notebook anything of your choice. Okay, so that is my own notebook name. Then after that, click on create notebook. Then it says your notebook has been created. Would you like to share it with other people? I said not now. So here you can see this YouTube success tip as our notebook name, and automatically a new section is created with a new page. You can see untitled page. Okay, so this one, new section one, I want to give it a name. I want to rename it from what the system gave to it. So I'll right click, then I'll select rename. Then I will call it, okay, let's call it YouTuber. All right. So this is the name I have given the new section. Then press the enter key of your computer keyboard for it to be saved. All right. So untitled page. So here on this untitled page, we want to give this our page a title. So let's call it how to become a successful YouTuber. Okay. That is the name of this page. The name of this page one we are creating in this section YouTuber. Okay. All right, I have typed the title of this page. That is how to become a successful YouTuber. So this is the title of this page. So I want to create the body of this page. So I'll click on this spot. Then here I will put up some text on how to become a successful YouTuber. So I will have different subheadings, and at the end, I'll convert these subheadings into table of contents so that when you want to get to tip number one or tip number two, you just click on the content. You'll be taken to that section of this content. So let's start. Okay, let's take a look at what I have here on the page titled How to Become a Successful YouTuber. I said if you want to become a successful YouTuber, YouTube content creator, there are some things you need to know and do. Okay, so here now I have some points I made in broad. What is a YouTuber? Define your niche and target audience. Create a YouTube channel. Plan your content schedule. Invest in equipment and software. Create high quality videos. SEO and video description. This is a very important key. This last one. Okay, now here now these are supposed to be my subtitles, but I just made them in bold. So the first step is to create these um, text I made in bold as my subheadings. Okay, so I will assign headings to them, and from that, I will then create my table of content on this page. All right, so let's just start with that. So I will select this. What is a YouTuber? After the selection, I click the style section and call it heading 2. Okay, so I have made this one a heading. which is what is a YouTuber, what is a YouTuber. Then this is another heading I have to create here. Then I'll click at this spot and then press and hold on the left button of my mouse and then drag. Okay. Now this has been selected. Then let me make it a heading. So I'll click on style. Let me still call it heading 2. Okay. Then another one is this. So I'll click at this spot, press and hold on the left button of my mouse and then drag. After the selection, click on style and then select heading 2. Click here, press and hold on the left button of my mouse, drag in this direction, then click here, select heading 2. So this is how I'm going to do all these other 3 that are remaining. Just make them heading, okay? Remember, this style tool is under home tab. So you must click on the home tab to be able to view it, okay? Okay, now that I'm done creating these headings, it's now time to assign them as table of contents. And as we know, table of contents is usually at the beginning of every page, okay? So I will click on this, I will take my cursor to this part of this container and then drag it down, okay, so that I have the space to create my table of contents. Good, I've dragged it down, then I'll click on this spot and then call it contents or table of contents, okay? So I'm okay with contents. After that, I press the enter key of my keyboard. All right, so now let's now have these headings as part of the table of contents. So first I will take my cursor here, right click, and then select the option to copy link to paragraph. Then I'll click here, press enter key to get to the next line. Then I'll right click and select the paste option. You can see what is a YouTuber is now made one of the contents in this table of contents. Then I'll get to this section again. Then I'll right click here and select the option to copy link to paragraph. I'll get back to this place. Then right click and select the paste option. So I'll do the same for all these other headings until I'm done having those links as my content. Okay, so copy link to paragraph, get back here, right click, paste. Okay, you can see I now have this as my table of contents in this page. Okay, what is a YouTuber? Define your niche and target audience. Create a YouTube channel, plan your content schedule, invest in equipment and software, create high quality videos, SEO and video description. So if I want to, maybe I send this to someone or maybe I open this page in future and I want to get to this point, all I need to do is just to click here. You can see I'll be jumped to this place. If I want to get to maybe this third option, it said heading, click here and I'm taking here. So this is how you can create table of contents in a page of OneNote. It's that simple. I want to create additional notebooks, okay, to explain the next step I want us to take, which is creating table of content that contains both different sections of a notebook and the pages contained in it. Okay, so let's go and create a new notebook for that. So for you to create a new notebook, as usual, click on File, select New. Okay, let me give this YouTube video titles, okay? Then after that, I'll click on Create. As usual, invite people or not now. I'll click on Not Now. Now, I have created a new um, notebook called YouTube Video Titles. So here a new page is open automatically in section 1. Okay, so in this section 1, I want to rename it as completed titles. Okay, so here I will rename it. So I right clicked here and select rename. And now I'll press the enter key of my computer keyboard for it to be saved. Now, this untitled page, I will title it. So I'll call this one completed titles for January. This is the first page in this section. So I call it completed titles for January 2024. So I'll click here and then list the titles I completed for the January 2024. Okay, so these are my completed titles for January 2024. So I want to create another new page in this section and I will call it completed titles for February 2024. So I'll click on add page. Then I'll give it a name. So I have given it the page a title. I'll click here and then list those titles I completed for February 2024. So these are my completed titles for February 2024. How to add endnotes and footnotes in MS Word and the rest. Okay. So now know that these two titles, these two pages are in this section. All right. Then I want to create a new section which I will call uncompleted titles. All right, and they are inside the YouTube video titles notebook. Okay, so I'll click on new section. Come and rename this new section. Then I will right click on it and then select rename. So I will call it uncompleted titles. Okay. So these are the video titles I didn't complete for different months of the year, which of January and February. Okay. So after that, I'll click here to add the page title. Okay. So here I will call it uncompleted titles for February for January 1st, 2024. So this reminds me that I still have some work I have to do in future, okay? Because I have to publish those titles, all right? One of them is how to screen record on phone, okay? So these are the titles I didn't complete for in January 2024. So I'll add a new page and that way then list the titles I did not complete for February 2024. Uncompleted. So this is the title for the second page. I'll click here and then list the titles. So the two titles are how to make money on YouTube and how to make money on Amazon KDP. These are the two titles I didn't complete in February 2024. Okay, so with this, let's now create our table of content that will contain the pages and the sections in different notebooks of this my account. All right, so that is what I want us to do. So I want us to list this in a different notebook entirely. So anytime I want to get to different sections and different pages of this my account, I don't need to start opening them individually. I'll get to that table of contents and then click on each of the spots to get to where I want to get to. So follow and see how we can do that. All right. Okay, so as I said, let's now create the table of contents for the pages and the sections, okay? So for us to do that, as usual, let's create a new notebook for that. File, new, then we give this TOC, which stands for table of contents. Then in brackets, have it as pages and sections, okay? Or sections and pages. Then after that, click on create. Okay, so here we can still call it COC as the heading, table of contents, though we have given the page that name, but it doesn't mean. So let's rename the section here. Let's still call it TOC for sections, sec, and pages, okay? And pages. So enter key after that. Okay, so let's get back here and then we need to start adding the table of contents. So first, we need to add the table of contents involving the sections of all the notes in this account. So I'll start with this, the one we created. You can see here now this YouTube success titles. So it contains only one section. So I will right click and then I will select the option to copy link to section. Okay, so this is copied now. Then I will get back to this place and then come here and paste this. Right click and select paste. Okay, so it contains one section and two pages. That's this first one. So I'll click on that again. And then, okay, it contains one page and one section. So look at the page here, the page title. I'll right click and select copy link to page. Okay, so I'll get to my table of contents section, and then here on this content, I'll press the enter key to jump to the next line. Then right click and then select the paste option. You can see now these two, first is the section and the second is the page, are being added for the first notebook. Okay, then I'll press the enter key, then get to the next note we created here, the next notebook. I will click, then it contains two sections here, completed title and non-completed title. All right, so let me start with the completed title. I'll click there, then I'll right click, and then I'll select the option to copy link to section. Then I'll get back to where I used to post them, right click here and then paste. Okay, then I'll get back to there again. This is uncompleted here. So under completed, we have two pages. So I'll right click here and select the option copy link to page. Get back to where I was having the contents, then I'll paste. Okay, so you can see now I have completed title. The first one is completed title for January 2024. So I will get back there and then copy the other one. Okay, this one is completed title for February 2024. Right click and select copy link to page. Then I'll get back to my section here, press the enter key and then paste it. Okay, so I have completed titles for February 2024 and completed titles for February 20, January and February. Okay, so now I have to go back there and copy the other ones. Then I will go to uncompleted. All right, so I will copy the link to this section, copy link to page. No, let me copy a link to section first. So this is the section uncompleted title. Then I'll copy it. Then I'll get back to where I used to add the contents. Enter key to jump to the next line. Then I will paste it. Okay, so I'll get back to the uncompleted and copy the pages. So this one, copy. Then get back here. Press the enter key to jump to the next line and paste. Okay, so that is manual adding, but uncompleted titles for February, for January has been added. Press the enter key. Here now, you see, I used to jump to go to the different pages and sections. But if you don't want to do it that way, there's still another way you can do that here. So under here, click on insert. Okay, so one of the options in insert is the link. Okay, the command, click on this link. You will see different sections and pages. So we are here before, we are here now. So completed titles have been uncompleted titles for January and February. Okay, let me adjust this. We have written uncompleted titles for January. So the one that is left here is uncompleted title for what? For the month of February. So I can get it here. So it's under here. So I'll click on this drop down or this plus sign. So you can see it will list some pages here. So this is the one I need to add. I'll click on it. Then I'll click on OK. You can see it's added. So whichever way you want to use to do it, you will get the final result needed. All right. So here we have TOC involving the pages and the sections. This is section, these are the pages contained in it. This is the page contained in it. This is section, this is the pages contained in it. This one and this one. So this one is still section. This is uncompleted title. These are the pages, uncompleted titles for January and uncompleted titles for February. So this is how you can build table of contents containing the pages and the sections. All right, I hope it's understood. So if I want to jump maybe to a particular section, this one I named YouTuber, I'll click on that. You can see I'm taken to this place. Okay, so let me get back. So if I want to get to these uncompleted titles for February 2024, for January 2024, I'll click and I'm taken there. So this is how you can build your table of contents. All right, so I want to build another table of content that involves only the notebooks contained in this account. And for me to do that, as usual, click on File, click on create. Where is create? Okay, new. Then I will say TOC or say notebooks TOC, notebooks. After that, I'll click on create notebook. Okay, so I can still have this as TOC, but we know that this TOC just involves just the notebooks. Okay, so I'll click here. So let me use the second option I gave you. So let's use the insert tab here. So it's already selected, but by default will be here. So click on insert tab, then click on link. All right. So we want to add the first page we created by ourselves, notebook we created by ourselves. So I'll click on this and click on OK. It's added. Okay, so I'll press the enter key. Then the next is still click on the link. Then the second page we created by ourselves is this one, YouTube video titles. Okay, so I'll click on that and then click on OK. Good. So these are just the two major pages we created here in this video. So anytime I want to get to any of the pages, all I need is just to come to this, my notebook I created that involves the pages. Okay, I'll click on H1 and jump to there. Okay, so it's just that symbol. I'll click on this one and jump to the notebook. So simple as that. So these are how you can create table of contents in your OneNote. But remember, you can still install a software known as Fantastic. Okay, Fantastic. So it's a software that when you install on your PC, it gives you more features. So by the side here, you can see table of contents around here. So use it to add table of contents automatically. But because of time, we will not go into that. Okay. So thank you, and I believe this one will go a long way in helping you add table of contents in OneNote. I hope you find this guide helpful. Please, if it does help, consider subscribing to my channel by hitting the subscribe button. When you do that, anytime I publish new videos on technology, you get notifications on them and come over and watch the videos. Many things in our world of today revolve around technology, so you need to get as much as you can, okay, to build your skills in tech. Also, hit that like button for me for this video to go viral and leave a comment. You can also share this video so that other people will learn. If you want to support this channel, and you are buoyant enough, you can do so. I have buy me a coffee link in the description. So you can just get to that link and buy me a coffee. Okay? If I drink coffee, it's not a bad thing. Okay? Also, watch this video to learn more on tech. See you next time.